You're listening to Breakfast with Pablo.
If you're a leader, a business owner or an entrepreneur, Derp It Up by Brad Smith is a book designed for you. With a head for business, a mind for finance and a heart for personal growth and development, Brad Smith shares his journey with us, the lessons he's learned and the challenges he's overcome with the highs and lows of starting a business. He does join us on the phone today. Brad, good morning.
Good morning, mate. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. Now, your new book is just come out, Derp It Up, and you sort of touch on everything through your company, Brup. Just tell us a little bit about some of the themes that are in the book.
Yeah, really, it's a book about growth. I share my story, use my story as a metaphor, and teach some of the lessons that I've learned. And it's been 10 years since the start of my business, and I think the fastest way to learn anything is to learn from someone who's done what you want to do. And everything I learned has been from reading books, finding mentors, going to seminars, all that kind of stuff. And I got asked to write this book, and I thought, maybe it's my time to put down my lessons, and if I can help people accelerate their growth and avoid some of the mistakes I've made, and use some of the things that have worked for me, then that'd be my job done. So yeah, it's been really cool.
Is it your mission to get young people active and growing into tomorrow's leaders?
Yeah, it's a huge part of what this is about. And I think we're the most privileged generation to ever live. We live in a world where we're so connected. We're no longer restricted by opportunity or education or connectivity, and we have the ability to live local and compete global. And really, that's my mission through the book, is to inspire people to add value and contribute to the world. And if you work within someone else's organisation, to inspire those people to think entrepreneurial within that organisation, or if you're your own boss and you have your own structure, your own business, to help those people manage the risk and the challenge and the stress and the pressure of being in that role as well. So it really is part of the mission.
As a teenager, you had a lot of passion, you had a lot of ideas, but you lacked a bit of finance. You managed to grow against the odds, and you built your backyard business, Brup, into a multi-million-dollar enterprise that it is today. Tell us a little bit about that journey.
It's been one hell of a ride, that's for sure. And I started as a kid, a teenage kid who had a dream of turning motorcycling into his pathway. And really my mission became, how do we make our sport accessible and affordable? Because my parents weren't rich. They grew up in government housing, but they busted their guts so my sister and I could live a great life, and we didn't miss out. We had a great life, but they were under a lot of pressure, and I wanted to make a difference to our family, to our community, and all that kind of thing. So really the journey started with, how do I turn motocross into my platform? And then I found a new genre, a new type of motorcycling, and thought that was my opportunity to contribute to our industry. And we started, I started to import some motorcycles, got ripped off, spent 4 years saving up, lost my money, typical kind of story of getting started. And then thought, if I'm going to make this happen, I got to get my butt on a plane, and I need to go to China, and I need to meet these manufacturing plants face to face myself and get them to build a bike to my specs and my standards. And long story short, it's in the book, but I got laughed out of 50 factories. I was naive, I was young, I had no money, I had no engineering experience, I had no idea how to sell a motorcycle. I was so green it wasn't funny. And persistence paid. And the book really is about reminding us that persistence is the difference between giving it a shot and trying our best and actually getting an outcome. Sometimes you've got to do whatever the hell it takes, and that's easier said than done. So kind of throughout the book, I share the 23 elements of growth that I think are way more important and way more powerful than our current circumstance, no matter who we are, and talk about how we can grow. And, for me, once I got laughed out of over 50 factories, I found some people who were willing to take a risk on me. And, to sort of condense the story down for you, 10 years later, we now have our own manufacturing facility. We design our motorcycles in Tasmania. We have 32 staff here in Tassie. CAD design, fabrication, 3D printing, R&D, all the stuff happens here. Then we have our own factory that we own and we run. It's based in Xiamen, China, and it's run by Aussies. And our molds that are built in Tasmania, they live there. And we build bikes and we distribute to Australia and, more and more countries around the world as we grow hard.
You took your backyard business into a multi-million-dollar business that it is now today, right around the world. If people are driving to work, maybe they've got an idea in the back of their head, they go into a job that they don't like. Have you got any advice for them maybe to turn that idea into something else? And what's that next step involve?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, sometimes I'm the big skeptic on follow your dream and live your passion and turn your passion into your job, because I think that passion is not an activity, it's an attitude. And the reason why I think that's important is because it's so easy for most people write a book or put out information products, they're incentivized to get you to follow their 7-step, 4 keys, 13 pillars to success. I don't have any of that stuff. I sell motorcycles. My outcome is to share my story, my lessons. If I can help people who are like-minded to me, I'd feel really blessed. And on a side note, if you Google our motorcycles and you check out what we do, then everyone's won.
Yeah.
So I don't have any Kool-Aid for those people to drink. So my real thing is to say that passion and attitude, not an activity. I love to ride motorcycles, but I don't get to ride my dirt bike every day or every month. I'm not passionate about bookkeeping. I'm not passionate about accounting, hiring, firing, warehousing, shipping, engineering. I'm not passionate about most of the stuff I do day to day.
Mm-hmm.
And my guess is that you're probably not either. But it's my job throughout the book and even today right now to remind you that passion doesn't come from what we do, it comes from how we do it. And the whole book is really about my fascination with growth. And the reason I've been fascinated with growth is because I think that passion comes from progress. Passion comes from doing whatever we did yesterday, just a little bit better today. And the reason that, I sort of come to that conclusion is because in my observation and, look around your own life or at other people, in my observation, though, the areas of our lives that we're growing are the areas of our lives that we feel most alive or most passionate. Sorry, mate, I just turned that compressor on if you like.
Always working. Building a motorcycle while we're chatting.
Got to keep it on. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Now, you've had a lot of success in the last couple of years. 2 times winner Young Entrepreneur of the Year, runner-up International Young Entrepreneur of the Year, and 4 times winner Retail Business of the Year. Is there anything left to achieve?
Look, the awards are really nice, and it's flattering and it's good for credibility. But honestly, that's not the outcome. I don't get. There's no fulfillment from having a trophy sit on your cabinet. It's all about for us achieving our mission as an organisation, and I want to create a place of abundance for us, for our staff, for people involved in this journey, and most importantly for our customers. I love the thought of building a motorcycle that brings people together. I love the thought of people having a positive experience thanks to a motorcycle we created. I love the thought of a dad and his 5-year-old kid high-fiving at the track and building a memory or an experience, or a bond that's going to, like my dad and our bond has lasted forever. And I love the thought of a couple on our cafe racer, going for a ride and having an experience and, enriching their relationship thanks to a motorcycle and having fun. That's pretty cool. And I don't think that's ever going to burn out for us.
Now, on a much lighter note, I've got to ask you, is it Brad or Bradley? Because your website's Bradley Smith, the book says Brad, a lot of the quotes say Brad. Clear it up for us.
Well, lucky the book's not about personal branding then, eh? You can call me Brad and you can call me Bradley if you don't like the book.
BradleySmith.com.au if you do want to find out more information. And of course, you can grab a copy of the book today. Derb It Up, Do It Real Big is the new book. You can check it out right now. And Bradley Smith, thanks so much for taking your time out today. Appreciate it.
Matt, thank you for having me there. I appreciate it. And brah.
Classic Gold, today's hits. Spirit.